Man, oh man. I need to stop like talking to people on YouTube because there's a lot of there's a lot of people on there that's completely messed up. They're just they're just out there, they're just far gone. Um some woman tried to gaslight me in the comment section on some you on a on some YouTube videos on YouTube pages. Man, crazy, crazy, crazy. Really, really crazy. I mean, from now on, I mean, from now on, I'm just going to just talk to people from Europe, um, Asia, Australia, um, just talk to people on the from other countries, outside of the U.S. and Canada. So yeah, or might as well just be like my friend Captain Brendan, who are a lover and never like go back and forth with people in the comment section and do a lot of bickering, because it's just a waste of time, just bickering, bickering, and bickering all the time. Yeah, too much drama. People don't have no sense of humor whatsoever. I mean, people have zero sense of humor. So yeah. Okay, before I start this video, I'm gonna read something from my friend. Well, he's not my friend. I mean, he's someone who's who gave me advice on how to get out of America and head overseas to Europe. His name is Ben Aku. I think I've been talking about him in previous videos on this account. So I'm gonna read a comment that he sent to me on one of my videos, and this is him. There's two comments from him. Good, good to see you are doing all right. I was getting worried. I was getting worried about you when I heard the news in Texas. And here's another one. And yes, you're right about France letting in too many undesirable people. The country was a lot better the last time I visited with my cousin. It was around 2003ish or so. I'm gonna read this again. And yes, you're right about France letting in too many undesirable people. The country was a lot better the last time I visited with my cousin. This was around 2003ish or so. Okay, speak. Okay, speaking of letting people in other countries, yeah, I am right. France just let people left and right, and they don't check people. They just let anybody in there, good or bad. I mean, they need to like they check people to see if they're bad or they have a criminal record or something on them, or make sure they're not a threat. I mean, France doesn't need to be like the U.S. I mean, the U.S. has a wrong approach on has the wrong approach on on checking people. I mean, they don't need to be like the TSA at airports. They don't need to be like Homeland Security. I mean, those people are insane. So yeah, well, hold on a second. There's a car coming. I mean, a pickup truck coming. Okay, yeah, and also the UK does the same thing as France does. They let anybody into their country, and they don't check people, make sure they're a threat or not. So yeah, okay. In this video, I'm gonna talk about going into different countries, crossing the borders, into other countries while going through a border checkpoint or a guardhouse or dealing with border guards. Speaking of border, I'm at an area. Speaking of borders, I'm at an area. Hold on a second. Okay, there was a semi just passing by. Okay, semis to Europeans are known as lorries. So yeah, I'm at an area that has a border between two states. This road right here is called County Route 466. It's in Panola County here in Texas. Actually, this border, which is this road right here, is the border between, or state line. It's between Texas and Louisiana. And also there's well, two counties here as well. Well, Louisiana doesn't have counties. Louisiana has parishes. So the parish just across this road in Louisiana is known as DeSoto Parish. So I'm here in Texas. So I'm here in Texas. So I'm in Panola County, Texas, and across the road is DeSoto Parish, Louisiana. So yeah, let me get right down to this. I hear Americans talk about, in Europe, people don't walk across. People have to show their papers and passports that go across the border in countries, which is not true because all countries in Europe are part of the European Union, and you can drive across a border in a car just like driving into another state here in the U.S. without going through border guards, guardhouse, and checkpoints, border checkpoints. You had to go through any of that. And some Americans assume that you don't have the freedom to travel through different countries and by crossing borders, and you do, because you have to go through any border houses, guard houses, and checkpoints, period, at all. You don't. Because when all those countries became part of the EU and Europe, all the border houses and guard houses been dissolved. I mean here in North America, between three countries, Canada, the United States, and Mexico, you have to show paperwork and stuff, like go through a lot of red tape to travel across a border. In Europe, you don't have to do any of that, period, at all. You don't do any of that. So so I'm going to walk across this road, which is the border between Texas and Louisiana, and finish up this video in Louisiana. Okay, I'm in Louisiana now. I'm in Louisiana, and also I am in DeSoto Parish. Okay, welcome to Louisiana, and here's welcome to Louisiana again in French. I'm learning French right now, so I'm gonna try to say this word in French. Try to say welcome to Louisiana in French. Okay, here it goes. Bienvenue à Louisiana. Let me say it again. Bienvenue à Louisiana. Bienvenue à Louisiana. Hey, is my French really good? So I'm gonna say it again. Bienvenue à Louisiana. Belvenue, Louisiana. If my French is really good, I mean, just post a comment. I'm learning French right now, and I'm learning some French words. Here's some French words I know. Bonjour, bonsoir, au revoir, blantout, and salut, je m'appelle Richard. Yeah, is my French really good? So yeah. Okay, I'm back in Louisiana. Not Louisiana, I'm back in Texas now. Yeah, as I was saying, a lot of Americans assume that, in Europe, you can't, you don't have the freedom to travel across borders to other countries. And you can, like, in some countries, there's cities that are on the border between two countries, and this is in Europe. You have a city that's in one country, you got the other half of the city that's in another country. And also there's a city and a border between France and another country, and there's a hotel that sits directly on the border. I mean, there's one room that you can rent at this hotel. I don't know what the name of it is. The name of it is. It's Swiss. I mean, I think it's Switzerland, France, and Switzerland. Okay, I mean, if you lay in this bed and let's see, at this hotel between France and Switzerland, I mean, your body is divided in two by the border. Like one half of your body is in France and the other half is in Switzerland. Yeah, kind of like this area. Yeah, kind of like this area that is in that's in two different states. I mean, Texas and Louisiana. I'm not gonna say that Louisiana is better than Texas. I mean, Louisiana is even worse. Louisiana is a dirt poor state. It's crime ridden. A lot of crooked politicians suck the state dry. I mean, a state where people were screwed in New Orleans by Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. They didn't have a place. I mean, they lost their homes, and the federal government didn't do anything to help these people. So yeah, yeah. So Louisiana Louisiana's different from Texas. Yeah, Louisiana has the descendants of the Acadians who came from who was expelled from Canada by the British during the colonial period. They kicked the Acadians out of Canada, a part of Canada that's modern day New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island, which is known as Acadia or Acadie in French. So yeah, some went to the 13 British colonies on the East Coast. Okay. Others. Yeah. Okay, others went overseas to Europe, and some went to Louisiana, where they went to the southern part of the state. Yeah, some went to Louisiana and went to the southern part of the state, and they became Cajuns, and French, Louisiana French or Cajun French or Creole is spoken in the southern part of the state. not in the northern part of Louisiana, which I'm looking at, which is DeSoto Parish, or Paswa de DeSoto. Paswa de DeSoto. I just said DeSoto Parish in French. So you saw on that Welcome to Louisiana sign, I mean, that has the fleur de lis that represents French culture / heritage. So yeah, yeah, you know, I disagree with people who say that, oh, you gotta show papers to cross the border. So, oh, you gotta, yeah, yeah, you got people saying, oh, you gotta cross the border. Oh, you gotta cross the border in countries in Europe. You gotta show your papers to go across the border. And you have the freedom to go across borders between two countries. And that's a lie, you know. It's the fact that, in Europe, people, when it comes to crossing borders in other countries, people are moving forward. Here in North America, in the U.S. and Canada and Mexico, I mean, North America in general, just going backwards. So, yeah, I hope this video doesn't bore people to death, So I'm gonna try to keep this video short. Yeah, people like my dad and people in America think that, oh, you don't have the freedom to travel across the borders between two countries. You have the freedom to do anything. Those countries are not free, and America's a free country. Well, how can America be free if we got a lot of people in? How can America be free if you got like no freedom of the press, no freedom of assembly, nothing? Like, how can that be free? You got a boss to answer to at your job. So these Americans who talk about freedom are not making any sense, and they also are not making any sense on crossing borders between countries in Europe. So yeah, just like Ben Aku says, America has a shitty education system, lack of gun control, absolutely nothing. Like, so yeah, that's all I gotta say in this video. Alright, bye. Okay, before I end this video, I'm gonna show you guys this nice countryside that has the border between Texas and Louisiana running through it. Okay. That house over there, it's in Louisiana. And that storage facility and storage house and that RV and that lake over there, they're all in Texas. So it looks like someone who owned this property is living in both states. So yeah, it's very quiet out here, yeah, except for the highway. Yeah. Yeah, it looks really nice out here. Really nice. Very quiet. Also, I want to mention there's two highways from two different states that meet here. You got Farm to Market Road 2517 in Texas, and you have Louisiana Highway 172 in Louisiana. So it's just it's the same highway, but it's signed differently in both states. So yeah, really nice out here. Really nice out here. There was a border marker out here, but I think the state of Texas pulled it up. Panola County. Okay, there's some more French that I know. Didn't mention this throughout this video, so I'm gonna say these words. Okay, I can say this. Say some more. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Anglais. Français. Excusez-moi. Excuse-moi. Or say excusez-moi. Yeah. I think my French isn't that good, but I'm still learning, it's gonna take a while. Yeah, the French language is very tricky, but I'm gonna give it a shot on learning it. So yeah, so that's all I gotta say in this video. Bye. Okay, before I end this video, this is a response to Ben Aku. Hey Ben, hey, I appreciate you worrying about me and caring about me being safe and okay. I appreciate that. You know, I'm around a lot of people who don't give a damn about me, so I appreciate it. Cause let's face it, I mean, yeah, in America, nobody cares about one another. They don't understand each other anymore, and all they do is do a lot of gaslighting, tearing each other down, and and don't want to have anything to do with one another. Yeah, Ben, I appreciate that. I'm sorry about what I said in the beginning of the video. Yeah, I don't mind being friends with you, and that's okay, and that's all right. And yeah, you said I was right about France. Letting in too many undesirable people in the country. Yeah, yeah, I think France needs to get their act together. I think they need just check people and make sure who to let and who not to let into the country. You know, if they do that, they have to worry about people go around beheading other people and people going inside a church and killing people. Yeah, I don't think France needs to follow the route of the United States on you know checking people, see who's good and bad, because the U.S. is just crazy with their immigration. I mean, their immigration isn't that great, and them going all Looney Tunes and crazy. I mean, just how they guard people from coming how to guard people coming into the country, just all wrong. They're just they're not doing the right thing. They just, Homeland Security and the TSA at airports are just insane. I mean, the Homeland Security are crazy. Yeah, and also, yeah, I mentioned in the video that the UK also does the same thing as France does. They just let anybody into the country. They don't check anybody. The last time I was in the UK, I mean, before I got on a flight and headed back from London, England, before heading back to Heathrow, London, England to New York. Yeah, New York. Yeah, yeah. It was this police officer who was checking me, and he checked me. He did a good job checking me, but he missed something on me. It was a ball of hair grease that was in my carry-on bag, and he missed it. So yeah, that shows that they don't check people really good at the UK in the UK, but but they don't need. But the UK and France doesn't need to be like the US. I mean, they could be more like Australia because Australia has a very strong immigration policy. I mean, they don't let anybody into their country. I think New Zealand's the same way as well. So yeah, hey, Ben, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Checking up on me and see how I'm doing. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, you said that your cousin, you and your cousin visited France around 2003, and it was like you said it was a lot better. No, no, no. Maybe it's in France, or maybe they're just electing presidents who aren't doing a good job with immigration. I mean, you got the current president of France, Emmanuel Macron. Um, no, no, no. There's some I don't like about Emmanuel Macron. I'm not gonna bash him. I'm just thinking that he's more of like a centrist. I don't know. Um, yeah. Well, again, thank you, Ben. Thank you, and hope you and everybody enjoyed that video of me talking about Americans walking across. Americans say that people in as I said, people in Europe have to show papers to cross borders between countries. And that's not true. I mean, you can go into any country, you can travel through any other country in Europe like you do here, and like you travel between states here in America. So again, hey, thank you, Ben. Thank you, and I appreciate that. All right.